Hello, this is Laura from the Queen of Mirth, and today I would like to show you how you can make your own white gesso in your home for very inexpensive ingredients. First of all, I'll tell you what I'm going to use to make the gesso, and this will be white gesso, by the way. What I will be using is Elmer's Glue All, some Acrylex titanium white paint, and if it's not enough, I have some more acrylic white paint. It's by de-mystifies, and between the two, because this first one is almost used up, so just in case I don't have enough, I'll be using the de-mystifies as well. This is calcium carbonate, which I ordered from Amazon. It costs less than $10. I think it was 7 something Canadian, which is maybe about $5 American, US money. So it's quite inexpensive, but if you don't want to order, or if you don't have calcium carbonate, you can use good old-fashioned cornstarch. It's 100% pure cornstarch. And the calcium carbonate is used more often in making gesso because it's kind of more of a traditional ingredient, and it's made of just chalk, white chalk, and it's ground very finely. Some people will use talcum powder or baby powder, but I'm not recommending that because of the additives in it. I don't know how the chemicals will combine. So let's get to it here. This is a very simple process. It hardly takes anything. And I have the recipe here if you want to write it down. I hope you can see it. Let me put it there. And the recipe is 1 part warm water, 1 part calcium carbonate or cornstarch, 1 part white glue. And you basically just stir it around, and then you add your white paint. This is a 1/4 cup measure. So I'm going to put the warm water in first. And it doesn't have to be, absolutely perfectly measured. Like many things, like many recipes, you can vary it a little bit. But I like to keep within this 1 part, 1 part, 1 part thing. The glue, and like I say, I wouldn't use an expensive white glue for this. This Elmer's Glue All is plenty good enough. It's just fine. So we'll let that kind of swim around a little bit. Oh, I didn't show you the calcium carbonate package. It just is like this. This is 1 pound from Amazon, and like I said, it's quite inexpensive, really well worth it. So here we go. Let me just get the last little bit of glue. Okay. And then this is the calcium carbonate. Hope I don't make too much of a mess. Okay. So this is 1/2 cup, 1/2 cup. This twice, 2/4 cup equals 1/2 cup. So I used, for this particular time, this batch, it's 1/2 cup of everything. I mean, of those three things. Now I stir it up with my little spoon. I think I need a scrap of paper or something. Just a minute. Okay, here I have just to rest the gluey things on, such as my spoon. Okay, now I'm going to stir this right up. It's very easy to stir. It's going very, very well. But what I'm going to, this is a mason jar. I love mason jars. I'm going to put the lid on and shake it. Because I want the three ingredients to be really combined nicely. Yeah, I can see something at the bottom there. This is so nice. It's going to be great. Gesso is really important for those who are maybe wondering. If we're putting a lot of paint and whatnot on paper or on a canvas, the gesso helps to make the surface better, and the paper accepts the paint, or the canvas accepts the paint much better. It provides a better surface for paint to cling to, and especially if you're using a glossy paper of any kind, the gesso provides a barrier between the paper and your paints, and that keeps the paints brighter. The luminous paints will be more luminous because they won't be absorbed. The paint won't be absorbed by the canvas or by the paper. It will rest on the gesso instead. And you can put gesso on the top of bright colors, and it makes them more muted and often produces a very interesting effect. You can also kind of use it as a glue because of the glue inside the gesso, it will hold papers together. So for mixed media projects, it's kind of interesting, and you do a lot of experimentation with your gesso. Okay, so now we need to make it white. This would be, in here, this would be clear gesso, because the glue, although it's a white color right now, when it dries clear. So, and the calcium carbonate won't make it colored. So we could leave it here and have clear gesso, but I wanted to make some white gesso because white gesso is very, it's very, very useful. And so here we go. Now this is going to be the harder part, I think. In fact, this paint is kind of thick, but that's okay. I have a paintbrush. Now we're going to have to get this to be absorbed. Oh, here. I don't usually leave a paintbrush like that, but this paintbrush has been through the wars, and it's not a great one. And for today, I'm just going to break my rule. I don't usually leave a paintbrush in water like that because it can bend and kind of destroy the shape of the brush. So I always, when they're wet, I always take them out of the water and dry them flat. Oh, this is awesome. This is going to be great. I love it. It's so good. It's got a big lump in it still, but I'm going to get rid of that. Maybe we'll do another shake. Yeah, let's shake it up, baby. I think there's a song about that. Called Twist and Shout. And I won't torture you with my singing. See how nice that, I hope you can see the nice kind of, it's dripping out, I didn't close it very well. The nice kind of white texture. I forgot to bring a rag with me, or a paper towel, but that's okay too. Anyway, let's have a look here. I feel the lump down in there, but it's smaller. You see the lump? I should put the lid on that white paint. Yeah, I'm getting it. See, look at it. See, I can't do anything without making a mess. Yeah, we're getting it. Lovely. Oh, it's so lovely. I just love it. This is going to be really good. If you want some, it's fairly thick. It's like the consistency of gravy. You know, gravy that you put on the mashed potatoes. It's about like that right now, which I think is good. And then after I'm done here, I'm going to test it out. Sorry for the noise, but what can I do? This is the way it works. The whole thing takes about 15 minutes, I think. And it would be better maybe if you used a white paint, acrylic paint that isn't so thick. You know, like if I had used this one. But I'm a little reluctant to use this one because then the gesso is very thin as well. And I think this is better. It's a little bit more difficult, but I think it's better. And you know, the quality of the ingredients always helps. To use good stuff. But you save a lot of money with this. You know, like this amount of gesso, when you buy it in the art supply store or at Michael's, costs quite a bit of money. But when you make it like this, it's extremely inexpensive. I mean, really, it's not bad at all. Okay. I think we're just about there. So just a time, it looks like the amount of the lump is now down to the size of a button. What size of a button? Well, not a small button, but a button. Yeah. I love this. And, you know, this will last, you know, for a good while. I mean, not months and months and months, but it should last for, I don't know, a couple of months, I think. I use it up. That's because I can never stop painting. I paint a lot of canvases, and I gesso them before I start. Like, that's the first thing I do, and to help make the surface of the canvas better. And so I go through a lot of this kind of stuff, which is why I started. That's why I like to make my own. Okay, I think we're good. We're good to go. Look at this. I've wrecked the I've wrecked the recipe. I don't know. But it says 1 part warm water, 1 part calcium carbonate or cornstarch, 1 part white glue. Stir it up and then add the white acrylic paint. Stir it up again, and you can add more paint or more water as desired. I've got to get another scrap of paper. I don't want this all over here. There. Okay. Oh, I love it. I love it. It's good. Now I'm going to get out a journal and show you how it works. And I'm going to use this one. This particular journal is almost finished. It's full of stuff. But when I get down to the end of it, I will pretty much be, I think there's only, I don't know what I'm saying. I think there's only a few pages left. So let's gesso this. And then I'll be able to use, or I'll be able to better use the page. Okay, here we go. Now I don't want too much water on my brush. And see, it's perfect, actually. Oh yeah. Yep, it's absolutely perfect. Very nice indeed. Yes, I'm happy. So these 2 pages will now accept color better. Like I said, it just provides a barrier between the paint or the media you're using and your paper. The paper will be happier, and so will the paints. They'll be able to dance on your page. Instead of walking, they'll be dancing. Let me just show you this before I go. I'm going to go in a second, but I'll just show you this particular book, which I like a lot. I recommend this one. It's the Canson Mixed Media Multimedia. Oh, this is, sorry, that's French and Spanish. Mixed Media Canson. It's XL. I don't know what that stands for. It's 7 inches by 10 inches, and I think it's a really good book, and I've bought it before, and I buy it for the children that I paint with. There are a few children that used to visit me before, when I could have visitors. They would come and paint with me, and the one thing I wanted them to have was this exact book, because it's perfect for kids and it's perfect for adults. It takes the paper takes a lot of abuse. You can do tons of stuff on it. It has these coil binding, so you can add to it without it getting too big. And the pages are small enough that, look at this, it's sticking together. Oh my goodness, what have I done? The pages are small enough that they're not intimidating, especially to kids. And whenever we're painting with children, it's very important to make sure that they're comfortable with the media and that they're happy with the size of things. So especially starting out, it's not great to give them anything that's too big. I have to fix this because it's stuck together, and it's making a texture, which textures are really good, but if I want texture on these 2 pages, I'll make it later. And I just want to have it smooth right now. So let me just fix this. I shouldn't have put the pages so together when it was so wet. Goodness. It's okay. not a problem. Usually with any kind of art, mistakes can always be fixed, and sometimes they are just happy accidents. Anyway, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe to my channel, and if you like this video, please press the like button, and I will see you again soon. Thank you. Bye.